Hi guys, and welcome to this edition of Phyrefli's Video Digest. As always, thank you very much for watching. Now for this edition we're going to be looking at quite a few different things. We're going to start off with battlefield-3tournament.com, take a look at the FXAA injector, which I've been using now for about a week without getting banned. We're going to also look at BF Fundamentalism, what that is and what it means for you and I as players. We're also going to look at another tournament in North America called Global Conflict. And finally, we're going to touch on another game called Tribes Ascend, which has got a bit of bad press on some of the videos I've put up, but I just want to basically run you guys through this game to see what you think. Now, last weekend's Battlefield-3tournament.com games were the first in Tour of Duty 2. Which is great because we actually won the first Tour of Duty in Battlefield 3, which is a nice counterpoint to the fact that we got hammered on the last Tour of Duty in Bad Company 2, so things are about even. Now the games that we had last weekend were played on Gulf of Oman and also Tehran Highway, and if you probably remember, the way that Battlefield-3tournament.com works is there's 3 rounds on each map. We got hammered on Gulf of Oman. It was not a good experience for us. We only managed to win 1 of the 3 games. However, we pulled it back on Tehran and managed to win all 3 of them. All 6 videos are up on my channel. I'll put the playlist in the description. But also take a look at Savas's videos as well. He's put up 3 videos from the Gulf of Oman map. He was in the helicopter along with Synchronous, and they just completely dominated our team. Credit where credit is due. Those guys played really well and we had not a great counter to them. But like I said, if you watch the Tehran Highway maps, you'll see that we pulled it back on an aggregate across the 6 games. We won 4-2. So a good start to the second Tour of Duty. Lots of good fighting. Please make sure that you watch the videos. Now the FXAA injector is a little piece of software that really improves the visual aspects of Battlefield 3 and actually quite a number of other games. For example, you can get a version for Skyrim. What it does is replace the anti-aliasing that comes as standard in Battlefield 3. So you get anti-aliasing, you get less jaggies and a much smoother game, but without the massive hit that you would otherwise get if you're using the in-game versions. Another thing it does is allow you to change the tone map. Now what that means in practice is you can get rid of that annoying blue tint that comes as standard with Battlefield 3 and really bring out some of the colours and the contrast to make the game look a lot better. Now I've been using it for about a week and I've had no issues with Punkbuster, other streaming services or indeed any server I played on. And if you want to see it in action, take a look at the playlist I put in the description for this video and you'll see that on all 6 of those videos the game and the gameplay looks so much better, so much brighter, so much more saturated. It really is how Battlefield 3 should have been from the beginning. Now a good friend of mine and a clanmate, KetamineDLC, came up with a rather interesting phrase the other night, which was Battlefield Fundamentalism, which is basically you either play the game our way or you're not a proper Battlefield 3 player. And at the time I thought it was a really catchy way of describing something which I've hit myself. In fact, there was a video which I put up on my YouTube channel about 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, which was a fantastic game of Rush that me and the guys had played. I just wanted to share it, simple as that. Because we hadn't actually matched all our perks up, I got accused of having a COD mentality. Simply because I hadn't actually taken the time, or in fact, if I'm being honest, I completely forgot because I was just playing for fun to get all my perks in line with what the other squad mates were getting. What a stupid thing to say. What a silly thing to say. So I now play COD because I've got one little thing wrong. Or if you don't play the game a certain person's way, you're not a pure Battlefield 3 player. Come on, grow up. There's room in this world for people to play Battlefield, COD, Tribes, Mass Effect and Dominoes. You can play whatever game you want, and it really is rather immature people who think you can't play one genre of game and have fun with another. Which is one of the reasons why I'm bringing Tribes Ascend up at the end of this video. So, if you're one of those people that turns around and says, you do it my way or else, or you only play squad rush, so therefore you're not a true Battlefield player, get a life. People like different things. People enjoy different things. I can quite happily enjoy Rush whilst enjoying Conquest. I can enjoy playing Tribes Ascend and enjoy playing Battlefield. Games are not mutually exclusive, and if you don't have the mindset which allows you to go out and try different things, that makes you small-minded. To the 99.9% of people out there who do play different games and do have that broader mindset, well done guys. I know that most, if not everyone, that watches these videos actually are of a more mature audience and have played different games. So just if you're one of those people that can't get your head around the fact that there's more than one game type and more than one game out there, get a life, try different things. You never know, you might even enjoy it. Now, I do tend to talk a lot about Battlefield-3Tournament.com, and that's simply because I have such a blast playing it. I was asked a few weeks ago by a subscriber called EmpReb whether or not there's a North American version of it, and there is. It's called Global Conflict. Now, I'll put the link up to Global Conflict in the description for this video, but it's along similar lines to Battlefield 3 Tournament. There are, however, a few differences. For example, they play on a Saturday, and the matches go from 7 PM Central European Time through to 1 AM of the next day, so that's full 6 hours. The first 3 hours are played on European servers, and the second 3 hours on North American servers, so it caters to a very large, wide audience. Now, Global Conflict have had quite a large member increase over the last few weeks. They're now up to about 400 or so. So they're doing very, very well, and it means that you can sustain a 6-hour battle, which if you've got the time to play is great, but means you only need to dip in for half an hour, or a couple of hours if that's all you've got. Now, I've got to be frank, personally I've not played in it, so I can't give you any first-hand information, and the only videos I've really been able to find are from Battlefield 2. However, they have been going for 7 years, so they've got stability on their side. And if you're looking for those big, intense 32-player versus 32-player battles, which really is what Battlefield is all about, and you're in North America, check them out. Like I say, I'll put the link at the bottom of the video in the description. If you do play in there, please give me some feedback and let me know, because I might just apply myself to play with them along with my clan. So do let me know about that. Now, I'm going to finish off this video by talking a little bit about a different game. Like I mentioned earlier, everyone can play different genres, whether it's science fiction, whether it's military shooter, whether it's Pokemon. We all have different likes and dislikes. I've been around gaming for quite a long time. In fact, it's coming up 15 years since I've been playing online, let alone playing offline. And I remember a great game called Tribes. Tribes 2 was even better. Tribes 3 was a complete disaster. Hi-Res Studios are developing a free-to-play version of Tribes called Tribes Ascend. Now, some of the feedback I've had, specifically from one of the guys in Mordor, was that it looks like Halo. Now, I've never played Halo, so I don't know what it really looks like. But I do understand if someone's looking at this game with fresh eyes, they might not see what it can do. So I'm going to put a link in the description to a Capture the Flag video which I recorded a couple of weeks ago. Take a look at it and see what you think. But what I'm going to carry on doing is I'm going to rank up on Tribes Ascend, and then I'll put up some more advanced videos so that you can take a look at them and see what you think. Well, the nice things about Tribes is that it does emphasise teamwork, not to the same degree as the original Battlefields, for example 1942 and Battlefield 2. But when you've got your bases and your turrets and your engineers and your vehicles, and hopefully 64 players, worst case 32, it does emphasise quite a large degree of teamwork, and it is a game which can be played very competitively in the eSports scene. It does require a lot of skill. So take a look at the video, take a look at Tribes Ascend. It's a closed beta at the moment, but they do let people in. And let me know what you think. If you've played Tribes in the past, especially Tribes 1 or Tribes 2, not necessarily Tribes Vengeance, see what you think about it and let me know. I'm very interested in people's opinions on this. Now I had planned on finishing this video with that last piece on Triumph's Ascend. I can't do that. I've just got to say something about this patch that's supposed to be coming out in February. What the heck is going on? We were told in a tweet it's coming out in February. Zinto's now saying it's not going to come out in February. DICE, you cannot have it both ways. It's basic marketing 101. You be clear with your customers, you explain to them, and you keep the information in one place. I think one of the biggest things that DICE is doing is spreading information across Twitter, Reddit, forums, Battlelog. It doesn't make sense. Some people see information from a developer on Twitter, and then the next day they see something completely different in a news piece on Battlelog. If you do nothing else, DICE, please make sure that you have one central place where us, the customers, can go to get information on the game that we love so much. Don't spread it out through Twitter and different places, because what's happened with the February patch is exactly what's happening for other things. You've got one person on Twitter saying yes, it's coming out in Feb, somebody else saying no, it's not. What we need is a single place where we can go to where we're going to get up-to-date, accurate information. Now granted, you may not have information to release, and that's fine. As long as we know that if the information is not released in this one place, then it's not official information. But releasing things on Reddit and then releasing something different on Twitter and then posting up in Mordor, it confuses us as customers, and it helps to generate a lot of the backlash that you're getting from your customers right now, but it just confuses the whole issue. Where do we as customers go to get our information? It should be a place that EA runs, and really you're looking at Battlelog or Mordor. Personally, I don't care which one, but please, for any official game-related information, just choose one place. That's the official place, so anything that comes out there is official. Anything that comes out anywhere else is heresy or hyperbole or whatever. And then we just have one place where we can go to. So if someone then turns around and says, hey, I saw this tweet by game developer XYZ, we can turn around and say, if it wasn't on the official site, it's not official. So please, DICE, get your communication strategy sorted so that we as customers are not getting our hopes up, not getting confused, and then you don't get the angry backlash afterwards when we all get annoyed when things get confused and we don't know what's going on. So please get that sorted. That's the end of this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We stepped out of Battlefield 3 for once, or Battlefield for once, onto Triumph's Ascend just to see about another different game. I do hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you enjoyed it, please like it. If you really enjoyed it, please sub me. Every single sub I check out, and if you've got some good videos, I'll sub you back. I also do read every comment, and as I say, I make a note of them and try to revisit them when possible. As always, thanks again for watching. Really appreciate your time, and take care.